Located in the southeastern corner of Africa lies a country full of natural beauty and biodiversity. Roughly twice the size of California, Mozambique shares a border with Malawi, South Africa, Swaziland, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. Mozambique has a population of about 26 million, which is extremely diverse. According to the World Factbook, while the official language is Portuguese, the most widely spoken language is Imakuna, which only about 25% of the country speaks. Not surprisingly, this can complicate communication. Mozambique is currently one of the poorest countries in the world and is struggling to advance into a developed nation. Being a Portuguese colony until 1975, Mozambique's fortunes have not improved much since gaining their independence. A crippling 16-year civil war left the country still divided and struggling. Mozambique has one of the highest infant mortality rates in the world, at 67.9 out of every 1,000 births. Also having the 20th highest maternal mortality rate and an average life expectancy of only 53.3 years. According to the BBC, more than half of Mozambique's population lives in poverty. Their GDP per capita is $1,200, ranking 220th in the world. 80% of the population works in agriculture. With a total fertility rate of 5.15 children per woman, there is an extreme financial burden upon Mozambican families. Only about 50% of the population has access to clean drinking water, and only about 20% has access to adequate sanitation facilities. In addition, the CIA states that there is a very high risk of disease contraction in Mozambique. Also, it has one of the largest populations of people living with AIDS in the world at 1.5 million people. As the statistics point out, Mozambique is in need of help to get their economy on its feet and running. The best way to do this is through education, and that is where our organization comes in. To start, we are allocating approximately $144 million in order to train effective teachers. Our plan involves helping to develop 4,000 schools in Mozambique. In order to do this, we have split our money into three main categories: training teachers, purchasing reading materials, and creating a safe and productive environment for learning. We are planning on allocating approximately $144 million in order to train effective teachers. Currently, Mozambique has a low schooling time of only 9 years, and one of the main reasons for this is that there is no effective school system that supports kids trying to get a further education. In an attempt to fix this, we have decided to train 20,000 teachers, which will put on average 5 into each of the schools we are working on. By doing this, we hope to allow many of the younger kids to receive a stronger education and go on to help out their community or their country at large. In order to train these teachers, we will be gathering volunteers and hiring instructors in order to educate possible teachers that will be teaching students for as long as possible. We are planning to have a 24-week training program that will give potential teachers the tools they need to prepare the youth of Mozambique for a more successful future. In order to estimate the cost of hiring all these volunteers, we decided to give a high price per hour that could be adjusted to a flat price or a smaller hourly rate. Our original estimate will sit at $50 per hour. With this price, the total cost for hiring all these trainers will come out to our initial value of $144 million. We believe that allocating a large amount of money to creating qualified teachers will set the foundation for a more educated society, leading to a more developed country in the future. Next, we plan to spend $75 million on providing new reading materials to students. A large issue with education around the world is that there are not enough materials for students to effectively learn everything they need to. Many developing countries cannot afford enough books for all their youth, so many end up having either to share or not use them at all. We believe that buying new books and materials for students to use will help increase productivity in schools, similar to hiring new teachers. The price of school textbooks can vary, so we have decided to allocate approximately $30 per textbook. With our estimated size per school, this will end up costing about $75 million. Our last spending section will be to improve the learning environment for all of our new and improved schools. In order to do this, we have allocated around $750 million to improve infrastructure such as electricity, clean water, and larger classrooms, as well as provide at least one meal to the students and staff of the school per day. While this may seem like a large amount of our funds, maintaining infrastructure is expensive but certainly worth it. While hiring teachers and providing materials will help students learn more in school, providing nice school facilities will increase attendance rates and allow more kids to get the education that they need. Our remaining funds will be for emergency costs associated with underestimating prices and assuring we can provide everything that we have promised. We want to make sure that Mozambique is able to prosper through our funds, so we are setting up a foundation and starting point that will create a new generation of educated children. These kids could use their knowledge in order to create a successful community and maybe even help develop their country to new levels of success.